Okay, now listen to this. Like, you have to find a way to reduce the level of stress you pass through in life. Like, a few things happened when I was growing up, but I didn't realize they were happening when I was growing up. It's only now that I start to realize those kind of things. Now, one of them is this. My dad, he had he wasn't the richest, like he was okay. We were in the middle class family. My father built some houses. He drove lots of cars, luxury cars, and he had two companies while we were growing up. Like, we lived well. I had a good childhood. I had a great childhood. I would say that. Now, what I really noticed now that I didn't notice then was that my father stressed himself out. No, like a young man that was doing well in the community in those days, people will always want to vote him into one position or the other as a very young man that is doing well. Now, and if you look all, and when I look back in the kind of life that he lived, I realized that he stressed himself out. Why do I say this? I say this because, right? Why do I say this? I say this because maybe I was in secondary school then, and I can't remember weekends my father spent with his family. I can't remember any weekend he spent with us. He's always in one place. It's either he's always spending time in the village because maybe he has a position in the village meeting, he has a position there and he had to be there for the meeting, or he went for his club meetings, or he went for the house meetings, maybe the street meetings, or he went for manufacturers meeting in his place of work. He will always be in one meeting or the other. Growing up in secondary school, I can't remember a time my father had to switch off his cell phone and lie down and slept and rest. I can't remember that. He's always somewhere, going to somewhere. Someone is always visiting him. He's always visiting people. The level of stress he put himself through. And I understand why the society does this. Like, a successful young man who has a steady income and is doing well for himself, the society will always give you one position or the other. When I noticed this, people came to give me that kind of position. I realized that in my place of work, I was a secretary. In the street that I live in, they want to give me another position. And then in the village, when I go home, they want to give me a position. And then talk about the church that I attend. They want to make me something, one patron or the other. I flat out rejected all these things because the more position I take, the more stress I put myself through. I don't want that for myself. I want to be able to spend time with my wife and my children so that I will be around to teach them the things that they need to know about life. I came across this and I was shocked. This saying goes like this. It says, a man who did not prepare his children for his own death has failed as a father. Let me repeat this again. A man who did not prepare his children for his own death has failed as a father. Let me come and be going.